sure hope you're having a great evening tonight. Thanks so much for spending a little time with us. This is special live coverage of Voters Decide Your Local Elections from across Colorado. Thanks for being with us. I'm Karen Lee.
And I'm Michael Spencer. We are live from Voters Decide Central.
Yeah, we're going to share the latest results and explain the issues voters are deciding this election day across our state. We do have your reporters. They are fanned out all across the Front Range.
Yeah, we've been checking in with them all throughout the evening and will continue to do so. We also want to dig into some of the numbers for you tonight. There are two statewide propositions that all Colorado voters got to vote on. Proposition MM increases state taxes on people who make $300,000 or more and would use that money for funding school meals and food assistance programs. You can see the numbers on the board behind me. 57% of voters in Colorado voting yes on Proposition MM, at least in the early portion of returns this evening. Proposition LL would allow the state to keep excess tax revenue that it collected in order to fund healthy school meals rather than refunding that money to high-income earners who have been paying that tax. As we take a look at the numbers on Proposition LL, so far 63% of Colorado voters voting yes on Proposition LL, which would allow the state to keep that excess money. Karen, of course, those are the two big statewide ballots, wide measures that all of us voted on.
Yeah, pretty big numbers separating the two there. We want to bring in your political reporter, Sean Boyd, and she joins us now from our Voters Decide desk. Let's hear what all of you guys have to say.
Right, and I've got our analysts keeping me company tonight, Republican Dick Wadhams, Democrat Mike Dino. Let's start out talking about the only statewide measures, propositions LL, MM. I don't think any of us are surprised that they are passing. I mean, voters did vote to approve the healthy school meals for all 2 years ago. But you know, Mike, I just wondered, some of this money will go toward food stamps, too, up to $27 million. It's, you know, going to depend on how much is left over. But how much do you think this talk of food stamps recently, because of the shutdown, helped propel this, too?
Definitely, Sean. It's on the forefront of people's minds.
Yeah.
Food insecurity is a big deal. Also, you know, food inflation. I mean, and the affordability of it. And I think that, you know, I know there's criticism about, you know, who's benefiting from this. But I do, you know, my gut feeling is more people will benefit from it. Certainly where, you know, inflation for groceries and that has not subsided. And I do think that people appreciate the fact that students will have access to food for breakfast and lunch.
You know, Dick, I'm a little bit surprised that all the lodging taxes are passing. The Adams County sales tax for fire department there is passing, and then you've got this one passing. Although this one does impact about 200,000 Coloradans, so that may have helped too in this case.
The LL and
LLMM, right. But the economy, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of concerns about where the economy is at and the risk of a recession. So I kind of wondered how some of these tax measures would go tonight.
Well, what's unfortunate, Sean, is that we will be right back in a mess with these things in a few years. The cost of this program is going to continue to increase. They're going to have to come back for more tax money. And I got to tell you, it just digs Colorado a little deeper in this tax increase hole that is happening. And I'll tell you, we are heading towards Oregon. We're heading towards California. And this is another example of it. Yes, it sounds great. School kids getting fed lunch and breakfast. That's just wonderful. We're all in favor of that. But the government cannot do everything. And so when we're back here at this desk, presumably 2 years from now or 4 years from now, talking about the same issue and how they underestimated the cost of it, here we go again.